Traveler, Paimon, please I'd like your assistance with this investigation.
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I have a few theories. There are some places I'd like to investigate first.
Sure. Where would you like to
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your accounts, you encountered the ghost. I believe there may still be some clues.
do we really have to...
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? If any, my worry is that we won't be able to find...
Wow, Heizou.
The more cases you see...
It's so nice to de-stress.
This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost. Of course, we cannot conclude whether the woman is actually a ghost or not, but I'd like to go over everything that happened.
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near her, and she said if we didn't leave, our souls would become trapped. Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to remember that moment. Paimon's shivering just thinking about it.
And then what happened?
Then, everything seemed to get darker, and Paimon started to feel dizzy. Paimon saw some sort of black mist surrounding the ghost.
Based on your...
Exactly! So are you convinced it was a ghost now?
It's possible, but I'm more interested in what she's actually trying to achieve than what she is. Even if she is a ghost.
Wasn't she after...
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Oh.
Think about it. Besides, I believe there are only two, but if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have known.
But why would she... Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could... Oh! Probably not. So why does she want to scare us?
Based solely on your account, I don't believe she actually meant any harm. She just didn't want... But this evidence alone is insufficient to make any valid... Though, my intuition is telling me that neither of these hypotheses are correct. Have you found any leads yet?
Yeah, some tree branches seem like they were...
I see. After you left, I took a good look around. Aside from the bent branches, there are burn marks and... If only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's you guys! We heard you were out searching for clues, and we wanted to... Oh, that's really brave of you.
Actually, We're also really unsure about what's We just asked the members of Mr. Ito's gang about what happened to them. That lady is either a nasty evil spirit or formidable. But we still want to hold the Mikawa flower.
We long admired the friendship between which is why we want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival. Even though our powers are limited,
The Chinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great to have more help in the... Welcome to the team. Let's all do our best to figure out what's going on.
Don't worry, we're very familiar with the area. We won't...
Next on the agenda...
Look what I found down by the river! Huh? What is it?
Is it a scrap of black cloth? Shade cloth?
Yeah. It can effectively block out light and There's a rough tear in the cloth.
Branch?
Suppose that a large shade cloth was originally hung from a tree, bending the branches. When the shade cloth was removed from the tree, perhaps one of the corners... Either she didn't care, or she wasn't...
But why would she hang...
I'm only speculating. Maybe she used it to create. Let's not worry about that for now. There's still... Next, I'd like to investigate the place where the Arata...
Oh, I know. I asked the gang members where they're in...
Good. Please, let's go find out what...
This is the place. They claim that as...
We saw the very same...
Let's start by taking a look around the area, just as we did before.
I found some sort of smash. The inside of it looks like it was blackened by smoke.
Judging from the burn marks left... Rather...
There's some strange powder in the I picked some up and sniffed it.
Similar scare tactics. And she didn't have the time. I believe we're closing in on the truth now. I'm almost certain that the woman you encounter... She possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely...
Some small props?
First and foremost, the test of... You were initially frightened by your first encounter with these 3 yokai. And then shortly after, because you were already tensed up, you were breathing more rapidly and inhaled a lot of sleeping powder that she had sprinkled. That's when she pulled down the shade cloth and lit those so-called ghostly flames.
So, it was all just... She tricked us!
There is, however, still one loose end. The person who commissioned my investigation did become stranded on... That couldn't have been accomplished, but...
Paimon
She can only...
Whoa, that...
If we rule out the potential of organized crime, then I know who the woman is. Let's go...
We'll come along too.
No. You should go back and tell the others not to be The truth has surfaced. It's time...
Okay. If you run it...
There shouldn't be any danger. Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not...
We're way behind schedule.
I knew it. I knew that you would come find me here.
There she is. Paimon thought you were a yokai like the others, but they said they... So, who are you? And
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now, then...
she's terrifying! Heizou, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any props.
Don't move. Just try... Your yokai power won't scare us.
Yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
You're a yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside of your own When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power. And if the original body is destroyed, then the yokai that... Should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit or Tsukumogami?
Don't bother. You may call me Hanyuuda Chizuru.
Chizuru, why do you want... If you're a yokai, you should understand why the other yokai want to interact with humans. Besides, we had a great time playing a kitsu
Yes, that's why. That's why I don't want you to be sad too.
Sad? What?
I'm sure the yokai have already told you of the story about Kamai but they don't actually know the entire story. The samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends. They spent time together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazara?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked for. Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed, but his people often say that those outside the situation, we yokai are different from humans. We have longer lifespans and different natures. When the dream ends, all that is left are sorrowful memories. And even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye.
Oh.
So,
I was hiding on this, but those 3 yokai came and set up the... I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and enthusiasm just because they'd heard the legend.
is that why you pretended to be a ghost? Oh, so you must be the one who trapped that guy?
My power has become pretty weak now, and most of the time I just use some props I've collected to scare people. I can't show myself, but that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decoration. That's why I used my yokai.
Ah, so that... By the way, how did you...
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Hagoita?
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu Hazara You gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. Even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds of years. And if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need to find for the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Excellent work. You figured it all out. Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Miko? And the Shrine Maiden? Paimon thought you went missing.
I apologize for causing you concern. It was actually Lady Yai's idea.
Well, what did you think? Were you scared? Because fear is induced by uncertainty,
So you're the one responsible for.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended and that we have a winner.
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent to steal is not exactly a serious crime. I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the third round of the.
Miko!
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu Hazura. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form at the time and possessed only the earliest.
I remember now. You were on Kitsune Saigu's show.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and sensed a familiar yokai. Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in a tree. I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with humans.
Huh? When was that? I didn't notice.
With your powers being so diminished, you must have been blaming yourself all this time. You knew Kamai and the
At the time, I couldn't take. After they first met at the Mikawa, but after they said their final. Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must. People meet, become friends. Is it really worthwhile?
Why not? Tell me, how did you...
I felt happy.
But your rationality told you that It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of Kamai and the
What do you mean?
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's name was Yanagibashi. It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the third-generation heir of the Soran Ishin art. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments, and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from We yokai are not like humans. Humans have two. However, the bond. There's no reason to be upset by this.
Hey, compadres!
Ito, what are you doing here?
Hitomi told me everything. I even know who the ghost lady is now. Anyway... Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here?
Please just disregard my...
Right. Alright, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be I gave it some real thought and... That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa.
Hooray for.
Oh,
Can we really trust.
Hey, everyone's busy getting ready and the festival will...
You're the best, Ito!
and what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look too. It has been some time since I've attended a festival. Fortunately, I brought sake with me.
Paimon's gotta admit, Ito. A festival, delicious food. Count Paimon in!
All right, I'll...
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out! Ito and Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that...
Fishing. You know, when I lived on Watatsumi Island,
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish is... Just the other day, I caught a fish so big that I didn't even know how to handle it.
That's an unusual...
Huh? A big fish? How come you didn't tell us?
huh? You?
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life column and asked Miss Hina for advice. She's so amazing. She got back to me really quickly, too.
Huh, what a coincidence. I do some part-time work there, and I recently received a similar letter.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be? Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and catch an even big... Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Aww, the string snapped. Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks. Can you really fish out these water balloons with a
Don't worry. Let me show you a little trick. Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon's seen this game in some light novels before.
Do you want to give it a shot? Close one eye.
Oh, it looks kinda tricky. Paimon will let the trap...
but Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
This ramen is so good.
Yes, it feels like it's been ages since the last time I...
You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's so...
Oh, it's you. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt, so I don't get to eat them very often.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, now Paimon totally gets why Ayaka would put cake into hot pot.
Huh?
Oh, please, no need to bring that up again.
Phew, I'm stuffed and feeling a little sleepy.
By the way, were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Yes, but... well, it's a long story.
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've got... Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsume-kun.
He looked like he really wanted...
But Paimon wanted one too.
All right, then I'll catch one for...
Yay!
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual. Even if it is a festival, you shouldn't hike...
Hey now, it costs money to run a stall. I need to raise my prices to help cover the...
Fair enough. How about 5 masks for 30% off? Final offer.
All right.
It's so hot. Feels like I'm being roasted here.
Don't get too close. It's better to keep a...
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice bonfire.
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be anxious. The festival has only just...
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your sister. It seems she was quite frightened, too.
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what was going to happen ahead of time. Besides, with her friends by her side, she wouldn't ever be too scared. Having a little fright is good to release any tension she might have accumulated late.
Everything went according to plan. People started to panic as soon as they sensed that they had...
Yes, well done.
Hey, you two, stop laughing! It was scary!
Have you finished exploring the festival? Well then, are you having a good time?
Yeah, it's great!
The original Mikawa Flower Festival was much more lively. But even if you... because it's always more fun to enjoy a festival with...
Yes.
Well then, I'm guessing you have something you want to say to her.
What did you want to say to us?
Ah, you saw through me again.
It's not that I know everything. It's just that I've been in your position before.
Traveler, do you have a moment?